Hello and welcome back to Jackie's Homeroom, the place where English meets mindset and a little bit of soul, and where we explore, among other English things, powerful, meaningful words through natural English using lots of phrasal verbs, collocations, and expressions that help you to grow in your language and in your life. You can find a transcript for the video with all of the vocabulary in the Beacon link in the description. Today, I want to talk about a word that has been showing up everywhere for me lately in conversations and teaching and social media and in facing some hard knocks. And I think it's a reflection of the world or how we perceive the world and our personal struggles. And the more I notice it, the more I realize how essential it is to work with on this word with ourselves, and that is resilience. So grab a cup of tea, breathe deeply. I need to breathe deeply. And let's explore this beautiful word in a way that feels grounded and personal and hopefully inspiring for yourself and for your English development. I think all of us at some point have had moments when life knocked us down a little or a lot. It knocked us off our feet. Maybe a disappointment, maybe a change we weren't ready for, or maybe one of those seasons when everything feels a bit heavier than usual and you feel overwhelmed. And when people hear the word resilience, they often imagine someone who is always strong and always confident, always ready. But in my life and in the lives of many of my students, resilience looks very different. It's softer, quieter, more human. And resilience doesn't usually look like courage in the moment. It feels like uncertainty and choosing to move anyway in that uncertainty. It feels like waking up tired, but still trying. It feels like sitting down to study even when you've had a long day and a complicated day. So the Latin root of resilience means to jump back. But before anything jumps back, it bends, it stretches, it absorbs, it learns. And that bending, that uncomfortable, invisible moment of stretching, that's where resilience is born or strengthened. I've come to think of resilience as a quiet conversation between who you are and who you're becoming. It's the moment when your doubts say, "Are you sure?" And your hope answers, "Not completely, but let's go." And it's not about pushing yourself until you break, or about pretending. Real resilience is gentler, like a hand on your shoulder that says, "One more step, just one." So resilience, I think, is recognizing that even slow progress is still progress. That becoming fluent in English, for example, becoming more confident, becoming yourself, all of that takes time. And that's okay. Now, here's why I think English learners or language learners in general are more resilient than they realize. If you are learning English as an adult, I want you to hear this clearly. You already live resilience. Every time you ask someone to repeat something, that's resilience. Every time you try to pronounce a word or a sound that feels impossible, resilience. Every time you return to English after a break, a crisis, a busy season, resilience. And every time life gets messy and you show up anyway, resilience. And I see this in my students all the time, every day. And you don't give yourself enough credit for how strong you really are. You might think you're not improving, You might think it's too slow. You might think everyone else is moving faster. And then one day, something shifts. You understand a sentence without translating. You speak with a little more ease. You feel just a little bit braver. And that tiny moment, that gentle click, is the visible part of something you've been building for a long time. When we talk about life's challenges, resilience is what helps us rise up again and continue. Now let's work on our English more and look at some collocations. Build resilience. To develop it slowly, like strengthening a muscle, or learning from mistakes helps you build resilience. Emotional resilience. Your inner stability, your sense of grounding. She showed emotional resilience during a difficult time. Remarkable, extraordinary resilience. A beautiful way to honor someone's strength. His recovery showed extraordinary resilience. Resilience in the face of. She showed resilience in the face of criticism. Bounce back resilience. So it's your ability to recover from a setback. Companies need bounce back resilience in unpredictable markets. These aren't just words. These are tools you can use in real conversations about your life, your work, and your growth. Let's look at some phrasal verbs now and some natural expressions that we use when talking about resilience but not saying the word resilience. Get through something. You survive it. I don't know how I got through last year, but I did. Push through. Continue despite difficulty. When you push through frustration or the frustration phase in English, your skills jump forward. Bounce back. Recover after a dip. You'll make mistakes, but you'll bounce back. Pick yourself up again. Stand up again after falling. It's okay to fall. Just pick yourself up and keep going. Weather the storm. To survive hard times. We all have seasons when we have to weather the storm. Roll with the punches. Adapt when things change suddenly. Advanced learners roll with the punches when they don't understand everything. Keep your chin up. Stay hopeful. Keep your chin up. Fluency comes with time. If your English had a soundtrack, it would include all of these. Now, here are some final thoughts. Resilience rarely feels strong. Most of the time, resilience feels like discomfort, slowness, anxiety, doubt, learning to have patience with yourself, and quiet courage. It feels like I don't feel confident today, but I'll show up anyway. I made mistakes, but I'm still learning. And I'm tired, but I'm not giving up. Resilience is the soft voice that whispers, try again tomorrow. And it's a private victory, that the kind that nobody else sees, but everyone benefits from. Every English learner I've ever met has shown resilience, sometimes without realizing it, most of the time without realizing it. You show resilience when you speak, even when you feel embarrassed. When you ask someone to repeat something. When you practice the same vowel sound for the 47th time. When you keep going when life is stressful, when you rearrange your day for 15 minutes of English, when you start again after months of not studying, when you try to understand a native speaker who talks a mile a minute. Oh, there's a helicopter over here. Anyway, every time you click on a video to learn more English and say, okay, let's start this, you're being resilient. So here's the heart of the lesson today. Resilience isn't just a word. It's a practice. It grows quietly in small steps over time. When you feel discouraged, you can use phrases like, I'll bounce back. This will help me build resilience. I can get through this. I'm learning to weather the storm. I'm growing even if it's slow. You are resilient and becoming more so every day. And if you need to, please reach out to someone and share how you're feeling. We need people. We need the support of others. Thank you for being here, for learning with me, for practicing English with me, and for walking this journey of English and self-growth together. Keep your chin up. You're doing beautifully. See you next time. And don't forget to read and be kind. Bye for now.